Hello everyone, welcome to Lukman IS. Today we are going to have the Hindu analysis of 2nd March 2021. So let us see which are the important articles in today's The Hindu newspaper. Yes, these are the important articles, largely they relate to our mains examination. Let us take overview first of these articles on page number 6 and 7, editorial page and op-ed page. Yes, the first article, Master and the Roaster on op-ed page. The article is talking about or having the context that recently Supreme Court has put an end to the proceedings regarding the sexual harassment case against the former CJI, Chief Justice of India, Ranjan Gogoi. So it is talking about or discussing some of the issues involved with this power rested with our CJI, Master of the Roaster. Okay, so yes, we will discuss that in this particular first article. Then an unusual new media code. So here the recent law that has been brought by Australian government regarding some kind of enforcement for paying the revenue, or we can say sharing its revenue to the news or media companies by the tech giants. Okay, so in this article, this particular article is discussing that issue, the issues associated with that legislation. Third one, Iran nuclear deal. So here again on page number 6, there is very good article written by former diplomat Rakesh Sood regarding the fallout of Iran nuclear deal. And here we need to understand what kind of question that UPSC has already asked in 2018 about this nuclear deal. And then we will talk about its impact on India's interest. Chinese may have targeted power system sports, says US firm. So from cyber security perspective as well as international relations perspective, here we will take some inputs regarding such kind of cyber security threats or events that are happening. Okay, so first article in detail, Master and the Roaster. Here the context is the power that our Chief Justice of India has, that Master of the Roaster. Now what do you mean by Master of the Roaster? First thing you need to know about this. Yes, our president enjoy different powers. Okay, they are like we know that legislative powers like ordinance can be promulgated, or not ordinance, here specifically if you are talking about the Chief Justice of India. Okay, so what is the meaning of Master of Roaster? Master of Roaster here means that Chief Justice of India is the sole authority or deciding the or we can say which judge or which bench will take which case, and the composition of that bench is decided by our Chief Justice of India. And the sole authority is Chief Justice of India. No other judge of Supreme Court has say in it. Okay, so this is the power. And yes, now we know that in last 1 year there was criticism regarding the sexual harassment allegations against the former Chief Justice of India, Ranjan Gogoi, and that case was in news for quite a long time, not only for let's say sexual allegations which tarnishes the image of the Chief Justice of India. At the same time, the kind of let's say investigation into those allegations that have been done and the conflict of interest that was involved in this case, that's why it was in news. So what are the issues associated with this power given in the particular position of CJI under Indian Constitution? So yes, we have to understand that there is some kind of arbitrariness involved here. If we talk about this particular case of sexual allegations, we can see that the CJI himself was presided over that particular bench, which was looking into the allegations of sexual harassment. Now here there is concept of conflict of interest. That means we need to understand that whenever suppose a person is having the allegations of any crime, and that person is involved in ensuring justice or providing justice, then we can say that there can be any bias involved. and therefore the parties involved in that particular case may not get proper justice. There is one more concept, we can say that the principle of natural justice and principle of procedural justice. That means the justice should not only be done, rather it needs to be also seen as done. Okay, so this means that the person who is receiving justice, the aggrieved party, should be satisfied the way which justice is being delivered. Okay, so this is very important concept that you need to understand. And when the CJI himself is the head of that bench or chairing the bench in the Supreme Court, and the allegations are against himself, then we can understand that these principles are not followed and there is conflict of interest involved. Okay, and the right way to address remove such kind of conflict of interest is to recuse from taking any position or decision in that particular case by CJI. This should have been the approach. However, we have to understand there are other issues involved also, like we know that any person, be it CJI, be it President of India, Vice President, Prime Minister, he is not always perfect, okay, in decision making, we can say. And when any particular one person has the unprecedented powers without any check, then there may be chance of abuse of power or the use of power in the biased manner. Okay, so we can say that these powers are enjoyed by CJI without scrutiny. Okay, so there is no any kind of accountability. So in the name of judicial independence, this power could be misused. Okay, so however, the Supreme Court has been very rigid in taking stand on these powers. It is not let's say having the view that it should be a power shared with other senior judges, similar to collegium system, right? So we have such kind of example wherein the collegium system evolved against the executive interference in the judicial appointments. However, here the such kind of judicial we can say collegium system is not seen in deciding the cases, okay, or we can say the bench composition also. So these are the issues associated with, even in Ashok Pandey versus Supreme Court of India 2018, the 3-bench judge of Supreme Court held that master of roster is CJI's exclusive power. Okay, so this is how we have to understand Supreme Court, the present stand, it is not having any doubt regarding the integrity of CJI in deciding the cases. Fine. Now, why collegium system failed to keep executive interferences out of Supreme Court? First and foremost, you need to understand that, yes, as we have seen in the former CJI case of Ranjan Gogoi, now he has accepted the proposal of nomination of yes, Rajya Sabha member, right? So this is how we can understand there is an attractive lure of post-retirement jobs. Earlier also we have seen the former CJI, Chief Justice of India, being appointed as Governor of Kerala, right? So this is how you need to understand that there is attractive lure of post-retirement jobs. So there may be chance that the CJI may take such kind of decisions which are favorable to executive. This is implicit things you need to understand. There is no explicit like let's say alliance or something like that. The second aspect is that as privilege of master of roster shows, CJI allocation of cases is unchecked power. There is no accountability why the CJI is taking particular decision, okay, of forming that bench, having the composition of these judges only to that case. Okay, so this is how we have to understand that there can be executive interferences in deciding the cases. So what should be the way forward? Way forward should be directly related to these two. Okay, so the issues directly, two important issues. First is the post-retirement jobs. So there should be appropriate cooling off time period for any kind of post-retirement jobs that are to be accepted by Supreme Court judges, even CJI. Okay, so cooling off period should be there, and the power of master of roster should be shared and not should be the only discretion of CJI. There can be like the consultative mechanism between the higher judges or at least senior most two judges by CJI, and the consensual decisions can be taken for that matter. Okay, so yes, that will have a certain kind of check, or there cannot be any biased or arbitrary use of this power. Okay, so yes, there can be direct question in your examination GS2 paper. Discuss the issues associated with power of CJI as master of the roster. This was very much in news when there was a discussion about this sexual harassment allegations against former CJI. So we can expect such kind of question, or indirectly about the independence of judiciary. Okay, yes. Now moving on to next article, an unusual new media code. So the context here is news media and digital platforms mandatory bargaining code. Mandatory bargaining code of Australia. Now Australian Parliament has promulgated a new bill and passed this bill, and according to this particular law, these digital platforms, especially Google, Facebook, who are having or posting, the members or users of these platforms are posting continuously the news from, or those news links from the digital news channels. Here news media, we can say, not digital news channel, news media, and therefore the law is asking these tech giants to compensate news media according to this law. So here we have to understand there are some issues involved. Okay, but what was the intention? The intention to bring such kind of law is that to ensure the media or news media remain sustained in the country. Okay, so resources of media should be supported, and how they can be supported through such kind of measures now they have come up with. Now why this law is significant? Because Australia is one of the major democracy in the world, and yes, the other countries may adopt such kind of law, and which may threaten these companies, large tech giants. You need to know the background also. When such kind of decisions was being taken, it was severely criticized by Google and Facebook. Facebook even suspended all kind of posting of this news on those platforms by its users. Okay, at that time. So why the intention to bring this law by the Australian government is that first thing is to tax these tech giants, how to tax large multilateral technology, and how to ensure Australia maintains strong independent media. So here, through this legislation, it has targeted both the objectives. Okay, and the major aspect you need to understand is that already these tech giants are paying the news media through the bilateral deals. Suppose there is any news house, and the Google has made a particular deal with that news media house. However, that agreement is having very low cost. Okay, and they are not receiving very high levels of revenue, and therefore media houses we can say lobbied also with the government to bring such kind of law. Now it enforces some of the rules to we can say enforce directly on these tech giants, and they have to follow them. Okay, that means there will be increase in the revenue sharing with these news media now. Okay, here you need to understand that government is not taxing directly these companies. They are not asking the payment to the government, rather they are asking payment to the news media. However, there are some issues involved here. What are the issues or the concerns? Criticism of the law. Okay, So we have to understand that how these works, how these digital platforms works. These digital platforms works with freedom of we can say information sharing, and from that we can understand that yes, they are the news medias and their links are continuously shared by the users on these platforms. However, from that we can understand the revenue generation of these news medias is severely restricted. But that does not mean everyone who is sharing the other we can say platforms link is to be compensated. That means the kind of referral services that are being followed by all these companies, they should be paying the let's say the entity which is being referred. So for example, by this logic, all businesses that receive referral from platform should be paid for it. Okay, so that does not mean, for example, let me give you example, like suppose there is any company and that company, suppose Trivago company is there, and that is just giving the information about all these we can say it is giving the information regarding all hotels and in the tourist destinations, and they are also providing booking services. Does that mean they are this Trivago supposed to share the revenue with these hotels? No. So that will be very difficult to enforce again. It ignores the benefit businesses derive from the referral business, creates odd incentives and not scalable. Okay, so from this you have to understand. For example, let me give you example. Suppose there is the person is sharing the Hindu link of any news on its Facebook page. So the person will click on that news and it will let's say redirect you to the Hindu news we can say e-paper or online newspaper, that news. Now basically it is going to help the Hindu itself. How? Because on the Hindu page there will be advertisement, and yes, surely there will be increase in traffic on its website, right? So this is how there is going to be increased revenue for because of such kind of sharing by Google and Facebook. Okay, so this is not we can say complete loss of revenue. And the intention behind the legislation was use of threat rather than to have actually apply with the company. Okay, so threat in a sense, they have to comply with the higher revenue sharing now with these news media houses. Okay, now what should have been the alternative measure as a way forward? So yes, there are concerns regarding the strengthening or independent strong media in any democracy. This is very important. And second aspect is that how to tax these tech giants we can say. Okay, so yes, surely they are getting more and more revenue from the country, so there should be taxing also. And yes, there is also concept of social responsibility. Yeah, so government as a welfare state focus on taxing all these big corporate companies, and therefore how can we generate the revenue? A tax on digital advertisement. Now this could have been the alternate proposal, and then indirectly the government itself could have supported the media houses. Okay, so it is some kind of, let's say, appropriate mechanism taxing digital advertisement. Surely, because from digital advertisement all this Google and Facebook are earning the major chunk of revenue, right? So for that matter they can be taxed and the government can receive the revenue. Now what kind of question? A strong independent media is lifeblood of democracy, and big tech companies need to pay more tax to support media. Okay, do you agree? Give justification. So you could provide the justification. Just now we have discussed here that why they need to be paying more taxes. At the same time, instead of directly paying more taxes to media, there could have been such kind of revenue generation by taxing digital advertisement. but directly they should not give to media houses, otherwise there will be again demand by other platforms to receive any kind of revenue from these tech giants, right? So this should be the approach to answer this question. Now moving on, the next article, vital but delicate task of reviving Iran deal. Now yes, basics about Iran deal, again it has come in news recently because the new president elected in US is keen on rejoining the negotiations here or this particular Iran nuclear deal, and therefore the article has appeared on page number 6, editorial page regarding that. The article is going very detailed and some kind of technical things are written about that nuclear enrichment program and how much arsenal is to be kept. All these things are given, but that is not important for our examination. Important is the evolution, timeline, and then the impact on India's interest. Okay, so first evolution of this deal and then the further follow up what happened in 2018 and at present status. So yes, joint comprehensive plan of action, which is also called as Iran nuclear deal. Okay, joint comprehensive plan of action, JCPOA. There can be question in prelims also, it is related to which of the following, or we can say that P5+1. Basically it was negotiated from 2013 to 15 and it was finalized in 2015 between US and we can say this P5+1. Now what is P5+1? P5 are permanent 5 of UNSC. Okay, so permanent members of United Nations Security Council, P5. So what is given in this Iran nuclear deal? Okay, so what is given in this Iran nuclear deal? It is having the provisions regarding reduction in the enrichment program. So there are some restrictions on the nuclear enrichment program of Iran, and also to bring the transparency in its nuclear program, and we can say some inspections by the international organizations. So yes, for that matter there was negotiations and this was accepted and being implemented by the establishment of this joint commission. And now what happened in May 2018, the former president of USA, Trump, he unilaterally declared that US is not going to implement this particular deal. Okay, so after that the Iran was very much concerned because again the sanctions were put on Iran by USA. Okay, so because of that again in recent times, January 2020, there was death of drone strike on Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Commander General Qasim Suleiman. The Iran announced it would no longer be implementing or adhering to this nuclear deal. Okay, so at present situation we can understand, unless and until these countries come at the table, a common table, and again renegotiate this deal, there will be many problems. Okay, so now you need to understand what is the impact of the sanctions on Iran, because Iran's economy is under problem because of international sanctions in a sense. Yes, US has the dominating effect on international bodies like IMF, World Bank. At the same time, countries like UK, Germany and France, they do not go against the sanctions that have been put by US. Right. At the same time, the central banks and its resources, the foreign resources of Iran, they have been let's say obstructed because of stopping of this deal, right, and sanctions, further sanctions. Now what kind of question UPSC had asked? In what ways would the ongoing US-Iran nuclear pact controversy affect the national interest of India? Now at that time what happened? In May 2018, US declared that it is not going to implement this nuclear deal. Okay, and there was controversy at that time regarding the future of this bill. Okay, and the sanctions put by US on Iran, they were becoming more problematic. And yes, surely, why interest of India are involved here, right? So in GS2 paper, we have international relations syllabus, and in that all the international events and the proceedings or events that are happening, they have bearing on interest of India, they are important for our examination. So indirectly it impacts interest of India, and how should India respond to this situation. So at that time this was question, and you can see here the similar kind of question, article in The Hindu, 5 ways India could be affected by US decision to pull out of Iran nuclear deal, 9th May 2018. So this is how directly in UPC mains examination you can get the content from the Hindu analysis. So yes, surely whatever we are doing in the classroom, the analysis from these articles, try to take input directly, they will be asked the question will be asked in your examination. Okay, so yes, from this article we have taken input regarding how it is impacting interest of India, like for example oil prices. So we know that almost 90% of the crude oil requirements are imported by India, and Iran is the 3rd largest importer. Okay, or India, we can say that the 3rd largest importer from Iran. So it supplies, after Iraq and Saudi Arabia, Iran is the 3rd largest supplier. So yes, if there are more sanctions and suppose there is blockage of supply of crude oil, because of that there will be problems regarding India's energy security first. Problems with energy security first. Then second is that surely it is going to increase the overall inflation, prices will go high because of increase in fuel cost, ultimately transportation cost increases, input cost increases, inflation increases. Third thing you need to know that the rupee, Indian rupee also depreciates because of this. Okay, so value of Indian rupee depreciate, as we can understand, the bill, the import bill increases, and because of that the value of Indian rupee against dollar depreciates. Okay, so second important point we have to understand is Chabahar port, development of Shahid Beheshti port, or we can say berths at this Shahid Beheshti port. This is important ambitious project, started 2016. Okay, so India took very much interest in this development of Chabahar port to bypass Pakistan for trade with Afghanistan and Central Asian nations. Okay, so for that purpose we were developing this Chabahar port through Iran, then linking Afghanistan and then Central Asia. Okay, so such kind of sanctions will surely hurt our investment in that particular port. Third thing you need to understand is this international north-south transport corridor. Okay, so this was started in 2002. India is the founder member, north-south transport corridor, and for that matter it cuts through Iran, Central Asia, and then Russia, joins with Russia, north-south corridor. So the investment in this particular infrastructure development will be also affected. And lastly but not least, if we are talking about the rule-based order, India always promotes rule-based order, and such kind of changes in continuous changes in decisions by US leadership, the most important leadership at world level, such kind of we can say that changes in the decisions from time to time are against this rule-based order principle. Okay, so for example, at that time the US had also withdrawn from we can say Paris Agreement also, right, at the same time many such international UN bodies. Okay, so for that matter we can understand that it affects India's interest regarding this rule-based order. Fine. So this is how you should have attempted this kind of question in 2018. Similar kind of question we can expect, because again it is in news. There are chances that further negotiations on this deal can be done as new leadership has emerged in USA. Okay, fine. Yes. And lastly, Chinese may have targeted power system sports, says US firm Recorded Future. Name of the firm is Recorded Future. Okay, now this firm has said that the power failure that happened in Mumbai in on October 12, grid failure in Mumbai may have been caused by Chinese government or state sponsored hackers or hacker group. That company call it as Red Echo. Okay, and even our power ministry has acknowledged that such kind of attack happened at that time, though it is saying that it has not impacted the system or not. We can say data is also, it is saying that data is also secure. Okay, power ministry confirmed that while attempts to breach the systems were made, the sector had not been impacted. Okay, so from cyber security perspective, in GS3 paper and GS2 paper IR, so we have understood that cyber security or space sponsored cyber war or cyber warfare, this is going to be the new kind of warfare between countries, not any kind of physical but virtual warfare, we can say. So cyber warfare and space warfare, which are in news, we can expect any kind of question surely on these two, or even essay also. Okay, so cyber security threats by state sponsored actors, you can give the example. Yes, it is giving the reason that last year we have experienced deterioration in bilateral relations between India and China, and for that matter such kind of attacks were conducted according to this report. Okay, yes. Now some of the important captions and quotations from that article regarding democracy, like strong independent media is lifeblood of democracy. Okay, strong independent media, and societies around the world need to ensure they can sustain such strong independent media. Okay, so such kind of statements can be used in your GS2 paper, essay paper. Fine. Yes. So these were important articles from today's द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर. अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया हो तो इसको लाइक कीजिए, कमेंट कीजिए, कमेंट बॉक्स में आपके व्यूज़ हमें बताइए. एट द सेम टाइम यू कैन शेयर दिस विथ योर फ्रेंड्स and subscribe to our channel. For further information on editorial discussion classes or ED classes, wherein in-depth analysis of men's related issues and articles is done by Ansari sir and team, you can contact Lukman IAS. Thank you.